All right, everybody out here at Firebird, we're just moments away from getting started. We're going to do the national anthem here in about 20 minutes, or 10 minutes rather. Now that I look down, it's almost 8:30. Our first class is going to be the 170 Limited Experts with Jackson Witherow, Logan Menster, Luke Vale, and Allie Easton. Look forward to today's race. Allie had some problems yesterday with the transmission. Hopefully she got it back together. Jackson Witherow will be starting on row one, and it's going to be a very exciting day. We're going to start live track feed here in a little bit. Stick around. Once again, you can find it on YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. Rumble, you actually have to have an account. Facebook, it works really well. But if you want to watch it in the highest resolution and probably the best answer and easiest to give to everybody, watch it on YouTube. Go to coreracing.com, C-O-R racing.com. Come over here, Kelvin. Let's interview. Come on. You said it. No, you talked it. Now come on and make it happen. Okay. All right, Kelvin, don't you go to. I'm not going to miss this opportunity at all. So, Kelvin, you just came up here and said from your vantage point that the track looks way different from down there. What are some of the things that we can't see from up here on the course? Like, where's the most challenging part on the course?
If you guys think it looks good from up here, you need to go down there and put your feet on the track. It is different down there. All them drivers know that it's much different. The banks are bigger. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything up here. You can't really tell until you go down there.
I have to.
You need to go down there.
I've been down there. I've raced.
Right now.
Let's go right now. Come on.
Right now.
We can go do this. We're going to go down and look at this. Now, what's amazing about the track, if you guys are listening to this part of it right now, you don't realize that the jump faces are as large as they are, or as big as they are, or as peaked as they are. You see the cars come around and they just catch the air, but you don't see how much. Hey, this was his idea. And I'm taking full advantage of this. So, well, we can't ride because I can get back up here. All right, let's go check this out. So if you're out there listening or a live track feed is getting ready to start, this is Kelvin out here, and this is the man behind the track. And
I'm not about the. This is about the track and the kids racing on it. It's not. It's. You don't even know what to say, do you?
no, I do, and I'm listening to you. I agree. I know you are very passionate about the kids, making them safe and making them have a place that they can race and still keep the excitement up high, but allowing the kids to actually, the fun factor be high. And the first thing that I see here is how wide the track is. And the most bottleneck. A lot of people get bottlenecked here, and it's crazy. You look right here, this is at least 60 feet wide, and they all channel into this part that I'm being led on. Hey, Marnie, if I don't return, call the police. I'm working.
You and your donuts. Okay, Scott and staging. How we doing? Got things moving down there? Okay, how many are in this race? What's on your list? Perfect. Okay, because they're all done out here as far as track goes. Track is ready to roll, so try to hit that 40 thing. Say again, sir.
I thought I saw him. Okay. I thought I did. Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Right there. Yep, here he comes.
Yep. And a girl. Okay, track crew guys, just so you know, we need you back out here in about 5 minutes. We're gonna do national anthem at 8:40. Perfect. Get some new TV angles. All right.
Well, there it is, me with the master telling us how it's out there for this track. You are the master. I'm going to say it. You are so good at this. Kelvin's saying it's just dirt as I walk out on the greatest track that is in probably off-road racing. I'm getting the whole tour right now.
No, turn the microphone off. You don't need it.
Hey. Hey, Jason, walk over there to Mark. Tell him to get his ass out of the blade because we need him in 5 minutes. Yeah, Kelvin's giving him a tour.
Well, there it is. I got the tour today. Kelvin, very proud and making me understand what's going on. I'm glad you got here, Officer Miller. Deputy Miller.
shit going. We got 5 minutes. You just got your morning workout.
I did.
Steps in.
Kill it again, bro.
222.
We're ready. 5 minutes from now.
Singing to an empty house today.
And I told Mark, you don't get paid until you bring me back your binder. So, oh, that was probably good. But then I just have them and I can just update them and then we don't have to take forever to update. Okay, we're gonna do the national anthem.
Okay, here we go.
Good morning, Mia.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Firebird International Raceway. It is time for round number 6. Today's Sunday racing. We still have some championship points and championship races to be decided today. We're going to have right after today's event, we are going to have the awards banquet. So if you are keen to stick around for that, we'll have that promptly at 4 o'clock after the race. But before we get started, let's say thank you to some of the sponsors here making this possible. R&R Steel on here, longtime sponsor. Great to have them on for 2024 PCI Race Radios, Cactus Splash Pools, Performance Machine Industries, Hoosier Tires, HMD Designs making us look so good, Richie's T-shirts, Weller Racing on for 2024, Jones Ford of Wickenburg, Big O Tires, FS Productions, and Witherow Construction supplying all the equipment out here for such a great track that I just took a tour on. Kelvin gave me a tour. So he wanted to say thank you once again to Witherow Constructions to making this all happen. Baja Racing Gear, PCI Race Radios with Shannon over there has everything that you need for your radio and your communications here at Championship Off-Road Racing. All right, we are getting to get things started. So joining us once again, Sergeant Lemmy Miller from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Deputy Department. He is getting ready to sing the greatest song in the world for the greatest country in the world. Remove your caps. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and
in the home of the brave.
Such an honor to have you here, Officer Miller. Thank you so much. And we are ready for a great day of racing. I tell you what, that makes my weekend right there to have that young man come here. Sergeant Miller, you are always welcome here at Court Racing. I hope you come sing more often with us. What a great, incredible treat that is to have him here. Well, let's get right into it. Mia Chapman, we've got the 170 Limited experts on the track, and they will be first to start here today. I was able to take a tour with Kelvin out on the track, and wow, he was right. It looks way different from up there, or from down there, than it does from up here, rather. So let's get to it. Jackson Witherell, your winner from yesterday's race. He will be on road number 1. Stick around. Great to have you if you're joining us here on YouTube. I want to remind everybody, if you are watching live today, make sure you visit our website, www.corracing.com, and check out all the events that are happening for 2025. Come to find out today during the Riders Meeting, we found out that our 2025 racing schedule is going to be all the way till April, and then we're going to start the 2026. They're calling it, I like this, they're calling it the school schedule, so that works out a little better, I think.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's different than what they've done before and what a lot of series have done. So should make for an interesting year and overall a little more racing. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
A good thing that we've always done too during the middle of our 2024 season, 2025 season coming up is we take the break during the hot months. So I think that's pretty important. And I think what was really cool, the way Jason pointed it out today, that if you take the break off during the summer, it gives you time to get new car or go through the old car or pretty much revamp. So that's pretty important. Well, check this out. Sergeant Lenny Miller, he's going to do it once again. Looks like he's going to start the race. He's learning how to wave the flag. And this is so awesome. You are so awesome, my friend. And we are so lucky to have you out here today. And he's going to take us into the first race. He's going to start race number 1, the 170 Limited Expert. Officer Miller, we're waiting on you. You may want to use this one. Well, Mia Chapman, here we are, round 6, the final round. This is it. This is it for the 2024 season. You know, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of emotion that the 2024 season is now coming to an end.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's been a pretty great year so far. My first year with CORE, and I've enjoyed every single second of it, and looking forward to hopefully coming back next year and see what we can do. And yeah, I feel like it's been a great year and a big day for a lot of racers today. So fingers crossed everything goes as smooth as possible.
All right, well, here we go. Wait for Sergeant Miller. He's got the green flag. Look at that. He is a natural. Love having him out here in support of everything that happens out here at CORE. And we are very fortunate to have men like him out, men and women like him out on the force, representing the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. Sergeant Lenny Miller, great job out there, and we love having him out here. Definitely a friend of CORE. Well, here we go. Business as usual for Jackson Witherell. Now, his main competition out there has always been Allie Easton out here in this class. And Allie yesterday with a transmission problem took her out of the race fairly early. Wow, I was struggling there. Early in the day. So now she has to start behind the entire pack, and she's got a long way to go to catch up and race with Jackson Witherell.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough to do, especially being in these 170 cars. There's not a lot of get up and go and room for mistakes like we were talking about yesterday. So I think she's got to make her moves quick and be as smooth as possible to chase down Jackson.
Well, Allie Easton, if you guys know her, we were talking about her and her sister, very passionate about off-road racing. And sometimes when she's up on the podium, you can tell that emotion's just flowing through her as she expected a better result from her or for whatever's going on. And if she has a bad day, it's heart-wrenching to see her up there trying to muster up the the courage to converse with me, and then she's got me, loudly in her face. But when she's on, it's crazy. Her reserved demeanor is not like that behind that wheel. She is very similar to somebody else I know. She gets behind that wheel, she's a beast. So I know one other person like that. And yeah, she's incredible to watch. And if anybody could get up and give Jackson Withrow a run for his money, Allie Easton is capable to. Now, that's not saying Logan Menser or Luke Vale are any slouch either. Very accomplished drivers on their own, and they're doing really good right now to try to keep Jackson Withrow within sight. And this class, by the way, we do not do the competition yellow on this class. So they'll be taking us straight to the finish line. And you can see the drum work once again. Brian over there, just incredible job yesterday. After we left here yesterday, I went out to dinner. I put the headphones on, put the reading glasses on, and sat here and watched us. And realized, I love the energy that we do for the announcing, but I think today you might notice a little calmer demeanor, because I think when the energy with me is a little down, I slow down. Because like when I get the energy, I speak so fast. So I'm gonna try to speak a little slower today. Slower. What's that Beastie Boys song? Low and slow. So we're going to try that today. But sometimes I get so excited I can't help it. The race yesterday between Jason Weller and Connor Maxwell, that was very hard to keep the amplitude down watching that race.
That's what I was going to add, and it's a little hard to contain the excitement, especially with how the races went yesterday. There were so many exciting ones that had you on your toes. So hopefully we get a little more of that today. I know it is championship, last final race of the year, so yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I think we're in for some action for sure.
Well, I also, on top of this, on the racing action and everything that we had yesterday, I have to say, with that energy that I do and the things that I talk about here at racing, it was simply awesome to hear the correspondence between you and I, because like I was energetic in your face, and then your voice comes just like all the other shows we watch, the X Games and all the other stuff, that there are two announcers, and it felt really good that throughout this season we became the team, and it is great to hear your voice over on that live track feed. So, and today's probably going to be another one, and probably by 2025 we're going to be like the two for that other series up west. And they're awesome too, because I got to go in there and announce with them just periodically, and that was a lot of fun. But here we go, Jackson Withrow. Looks like a repeat of yesterday. It looks like he's just going to check out as he did yesterday, drive it on home, and he wrapped up the championship yesterday in this class. So today's just for fun. And there you go. Just a couple more laps. Looks like, at least 2 to go. The rest of the field, and Allie Easton was able to get one position over the 152 car of Luke Vale, but I'm afraid that there's not enough time left, and Allie Easton's going to have to settle for a third place podium. So Kelvin described turn 3 to me, new for today. If you look right in the center of that turn 3, he's put a couple bumps in there, and he said to disrupt the cars so they go on the outside. Now, I told Kelvin as quickly as I could, we talked about that yesterday, setting up for turn 3, coming out of turn 2 for the shorter course here today. But he's trying to get the fast guys to push out on turn 3 and rail the outside. So
I have noticed that. I've seen, Jackson go through that turn, and he kind of slows it down a little bit, keeps the momentum up, but doesn't slide through there. And Logan Menster actually takes the outside, completely rails it, and then comes back over to hit the apex of the next turn. So a little bit of different line choices there, but I'd be interested to see which one is faster.
In motocross, and I know that a lot of things cross over, but in motocross, we have a saying that the inside line is always the fastest. Now, you'll notice in the supercross tracks, they'll make it the inside, but they'll put a huge disruptor in it, so it kind of you do have a choice that either line can be equally as fast, so it makes it a little more exciting. So I think that's in essence what we're looking at here in turn 3 and what Kelvin has in mind. Disrupt the inside line, so that way you still get that choice that the inside line can't be faster, but you still may want to take it for the position that it sets you up for. Now, the crazy place, I know we've talked about the last race we had, and it's gotten wider and better, is right here, the bottleneck right out of turn 3. And if you look over there, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 K rails, there's a gap right there on the one that goes behind the jump. My suggestion was remove them all after that. Take them all out. Let the track be as wide as it can be right there. And I think we'd see a lot more racing into turn 3 and on the exit.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think it's hard on a track like this because it is so, wide and open already, that you almost have to add in some of those technical little things like Kelvin did in turn 2, right? So it's like, how much do you really open up without making it, just a fast car track instead of more of a driver's track?
Perfect point, indeed. And one thing I always tell people about racing, if they complain about it's too wet or it's too bumpy or too dusty, and they say, I was having a hard time, I say, well, so was everybody else. They were dealing with the same thing you were. They dealt with it a little better, So I always say, okay, it's rough for you, but it's rough for them as well. So set your car up accordingly.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's great for drivers to experience, rough tracks, muddy tracks, dry tracks, slick tracks. I mean, every single one you can get. So when you're put in that situation, you kind of know what to do or know what to expect.
And I agree. And the biggest thing there is to realize once again, that it's off-road racing. Well, there it is. Sergeant Lenny Miller out there with the white flag flies. I think, Kevin, you better be careful. I'm already scared that he's going to come back and announce out here. He's going to come back, announce, and be our flag guy. What the heck? Is there anything Lenny Miller can't do? Can he drive tractor? Let's get him out. Sergeant Miller, can you drive tractor? You can. I knew it. I knew it. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Well, back to racing. Allie right now trying to make a charge. Last lap to go. Can she get around? And I do believe that's Logan Menster, and she's made up quite a ground. Like I said, if anybody can do it, it's her. She's only got 2 more turns to go, though. Let's see if she can pull it off. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway, no matter what. Here we go. And there it is, Menster to the outside. Can Allie Easton get to the inside, and they drag race coming down. Your winner, Jackson Witherow. He wrapped up the race season. They got a drag race. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Number 777, Logan Menster. Congratulations. That was quite a race to the end there. Allie Easton was not willing to let that position go. She wanted it.
Yeah, I think it's tough to make up that much time, but all 4 of these drivers did such a great job. It's hard to make up, again, like I said, that time when you have the 170 cars and not a mandatory yellow to catch them all back up. So, yeah, I think that's a great way to start our morning and our first race of the day.
I have a feeling, too, when we get down there to the podium that we're going to see that emotional girl that I know out there, because yesterday with catastrophic failure on the transmission and having to go really hard and strong for this race, and she was the only one that was able to pick up a position out of this field of 4 drivers. So I have a feeling we're going to have a very emotional Allie Easton down there, but we're about to find it. Stick around. We'll talk with the drivers right after this. I'll take it. I don't care. All right. It's kind of like a security one. All right. Jackson Weatherow here, enjoying his victory, and he wrapped up the championship yesterday. But a great opportunity here down here, starting off today's event, round 6 Sunday. Logan doing great, and where is the young lady? Well, Ali Easton, while we're waiting for Jackson Weatherow, I'm just going to get right into it with you. Yesterday, having transmission problems coming out here today, you were the only driver out there to pick up a position. I know you were hungry today.
Yeah.
How did it feel out there? I mean, you looked like you were driven and you were poised, and it looked like you were set. And I bet this is where that phrase, if there were only a couple more laps, I bet I'd be up there. Is that true?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, what a great way to end the 2024 season on a good note. You did a great job, and I'm glad you got the car back together out here today. So let's hear the people you want to say thank you to.
Extreme Machine Fabrication, my mom and dad, R&R Steel, Rugged Radios, Hoosier Tire, AZ Dentworks, Power Glass, Tatum, Witherow Constructions, and anyone else I'm forgetting.
You didn't forget anybody. Great job. You guys make some noise. Ali Easton with a great finish today. And, man, Logan Metzer, you got a lot of racing going on today, but today, outstanding performance, starting off the day early. You got a good, solid run there. And tell us about the race from your seat.
Well, my dad was telling me Allie was right behind me, so I was just trying to take the inside lines a lot.
When you hear that Allie's behind you, do you change the driving style up? Do you get a little more aggressive, or what happens?
Kinda, yeah.
All right, very good. Well, let's talk about the people that make your race program happen.
My mom, my dad, 518 and 2X.
All right, very good. Hey, I'm trying to get him, Logan Metzer, on the microphone. He's doing better. And there you go, second place today to start off the race. The man, Jackson Weatherow, the man of the hour. You wrapped up the season yesterday, and that felt pretty good. But, man, coming out here today, the last race, the final race of 2024 with a victory, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta feel good, pretty good.
Let's talk more about the other racing that you got coming out. What are you going to do now? You've been out on the track, and you've seen it's a little different than it was yesterday. What are you going to switch up in the other classes?
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm just going to go for it and do business as usual. I like your style. Well, great way to start today. Let's hear from the people that you want to say thank you to.
God for keeping me safe, my mom and my dad and my sister, and Dennis, and Extreme Machine Fabrication, and Jimmy and Todd, and Tyler and Jen, and my grandma Julia for some reason.
I love your smile, man. It's awesome. And you get so excited. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get out the way. You guys hold those trophies up. Make some noise for these Warriors. Doing a great job starting out today. It's round 6, race number 1. Mia Chapman, we got more races to come. Well, round 6 here on Sunday promises to be a great day. We're off to an incredible start, Jackson Weatherow. Wrapping up the championship run for the 170 Limited Experts yesterday, but still coming out here today with a debt to settle. And he came out here and did a great job winning today. And that's got to feel good. Final race of the year with a victory, even though you've already wrapped up the championship. All right, our second race here, scheduled for 8 laps. This now is the 170 Limited Intermediate. The experts here just wrapped up their 2024 season, and that, you know, it's only one class that is done and wrapped up, but a little bit of emotion there. I mean, that this was a great season, and I know it's only the one race of the many that we have to come, but we all put into this season, and I just think it's turned out outstanding, and it's great to see that the final day, the final races are all here today. There are some championships still on the line. Marty's actually getting ready to print us out a slip with all the points leaders or even already champions. So we're going to find that out and give us a little bit more to talk about up here. And I will let you know as that goes who our points leader is or our points champion already, because Jackson Withrow wrapped it up yesterday and still came out here with a commanding performance, taking the win. So there's a great drone shot out there. If you guys haven't seen Brian and Tyler out here, Tyler from Next Level Industries, great brand. And subsequently, and Tyler and I met after the fact. We both named our businesses Next Level. His is Next Level Industries, and I build ramps for Nitro Circus, so we call my business Next Level Design. So it's really cool to have them out here. And you can see that right there. Brian is the smaller drone that generally follows the cars, and Tyler hovers above the track so he can get our bird's eye view. Let's go for it. On row number 1, while they're coming around, Blaine Proctor in the number 213 car, Kyler Mendoza, car number 23, with Brianna Walton on the 190, and Hudson Doyle will end up the top 2 rows.
Third row, we have the 124 of Riley White. Right next to them, the 99 of Brooks Hopkins. Row number 4, we have the 307 of Leo Torres. Starting in that 8th position, the 191 of Cassidy Walton, and rounding out the field, the 471 of Charlie McKay.
So Blaine Proctor yesterday, pretty much on my podium every race he got into. So it's going to be interesting to see if Blaine can keep that momentum alive today to prove that yesterday wasn't just a fluke, or that, you know, he was having a good day. This is where he gets to kind of back up the performance and show that his team, his driving style, everything, his car, his equipment, his tire choice, his setup, that everything, again, it wasn't just a fluke. We can go through it again, set it up for 2025. And what's probably going to happen this time, like I said, it's my first year with Corbett. They had a year prior. We're probably going to see a lot of these people that have been winning all year long move up to a different class.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the talk that at least I've heard is, you know, a lot of these younger drivers in the youth classes are moving up into that next step, which is awesome, because that's what we have those, you know, stepping stone classes there for, especially when you've been proving yourself all season and you've been, you know, running in it for a couple years. You know, you definitely got to step up. But yeah, it's awesome to see all these kids just keep getting better and better and moving up. So yeah, we'll see what this class does today. I think we're going to have some action for sure.
I am in complete agreement with you that when these kids move up and they go to another class and they take their driving experiences and what they've learned through racing and they put it into the new class, it's a whole different ball game for them. You know, they have a great base, but then things kind of change as they go up a little bit higher, and that's quite a deal to watch these kids and watch how they change things. But then they bring their style and their pizzazz, if you will, from the class prior, and then it's going to be exciting to see 2025. Well, here we go. Mia Chapman, we're waiting for the green flag, and there it is. Lots of bumping into turn 1 already. They're pushing each other, the top 4 drivers. And you can see there, Blaine Proctor had to get that bumper off his rear because it was hindering him set it up at turn 1. And that's a lot of cars here into turn 2. And let's see the line that they choose here. And we're going to watch Kyler Mendoza go more to the outside of turn 3. And as we were talking with Kelvin was stating that that's the way he made the turn. He believes that the speed is going to be carried to the outside there in turn 3. And Blaine Proctor already now finding himself back to the inside and in second place, and a big save there. Wow. I said I wasn't going to get excited, but then that happens. Wow. That is open wheel racing right there, and that unfortunately is something that can happen at it. Man.
That was a great save, though. That could have gone bad really quick.
Phenomenal
But kept it on all fours.
Now, another thing from the technical side that we have to understand about these cars right here is they have such a small wheel. And why that is important to what I was just going to talk to you about is he had to cut that car really hard to make that car respond. Because when they have a smaller wheel like that, the input has to be a lot more. They can't just barely turn like on your car and use acceleration. That wheel has to turn quite a bit. And I do believe these cars are only about a half turn from lock to lock. So the fact that he was genius enough to pull that in there and save that, that's saying a lot for Blaine Proctor. But unfortunately, it does look like he's had other problems now. Maybe he broke a chain or broke a forward drive, but he's done.
I believe they got him back going again.
They did. All right. So looks like it makes a fibber out of me. He's back out there. I'm wondering if the car stalled.
I don't know. It's going to be tough.
It did stall. Oh, the chain did come off. All right, so I called it. That was a hard impact.
It was pretty aggressive. Yeah, I feel like the littlest amount of impact on these cars definitely gets them upset very, very quickly. But they got him back going pretty quick, so hopefully he can start to, pick off the cars and make up some time.
So look at that, the Coors safety team, not just a safety team, a little bit of a track pit stop, if you will. They got the chain back on.
You got to be quick with it.
Well, I know Blaine Proctor is very appreciative of that. Unfortunately, there goes his opportunity to win today. He is a lap down, and you'll see on the overlay as it comes up that he'll be one lap down to the rest of the field, unfortunately. And that's kind of sad because we were just talking up how Blaine Proctor has been enjoying the fruits of the podium all weekend long.
Yeah, it's so tough to see, but I feel like he's definitely proven himself all season to be a consistent and, fast driver in this class. So, yeah, we'll see where he ends up now. I guess just have fun, go out there, and see where you end up physically.
I was talking about how emotional it was as the announcer, as one of the announcers with you, that the 2024 season's coming to an end, and it's emotional. It's kind of like the school season is coming to an end, like we should be signing yearbooks or something. But we also have to consider how emotional it is for the drivers. It's been hard all year long. Now some teams harder than others because, as we'll find out today, that they, like Blaine Proctor, they drive multiple classes. I believe Blaine's in 3 or 4 classes for the weekend. So as they race, as they start knocking down their respective classes, I bet at the same time it starts becoming exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like the end of the school year, So I wonder at what point it becomes really heavily emotional. Was he feeling the emotion already because he's now a lap down, or is he going to still feel it at the end of the race? Hard to say.
Yeah, I think it makes it go by pretty quick because we'll be right back to racing in a month or maybe a little over a month. So it's right back to it very, very quickly and a fresh new year to start with.
We talk about that and you say, oh, it's the last year we could get a break, but you're right, we're not going to have a break. It's just like another race coming up that we're calling the 2025 season. And as we heard during the drivers' meeting today, our 2025 season, I like the way that Jason worded it. He said that we got to rip the Band-Aid off and just go for it. So the 2025 season is going to be January to April, and we're going to put as many races as we can in there. But then we're going to take a good long break during the summer. Obviously, we don't want to be on this track at 130-degree temperatures trying to race out here, mid-July. But resume racing in October, and October will be the start of the 2026 season for Core. So we're basically shifting it instead of an annual season, we're doing it as a midterm. I guess it would be a midterm season. We start in the middle of the year and end in the middle of the next year. So it's still 12 months worth of racing, but not a calendar year. So I don't know what they call that. So, but I think that's news to me. I just heard it. But as the announcer, I don't care. You get me up here on the microphone. I'll be here anytime I can. How about you, dude? Would you ever return to racing? Would you race Core?
I think I prefer working and being on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more fun with it, and we're so busy throughout the year that it's kind of nice to come here and announce the races, relax a little bit, and have fun with it, rather than trying to do this and go out there and race at the same time.
Well, now that we're hanging out and stuff, I think our phones geolocate, and I'm starting to see a lot more of your videos and stuff. So when I see you talk and converse, because you're getting a lot of, you have had a lot of camera time, if you will, for Red Bull and all the things that you've attended, and hearing you here and seeing you there, I think to myself, well, I hope this brings the way you talk, because man, you are a pro now on the microphone or in front of a camera and everything that you've got to do. So I got to commend you for that. You've gotten really, really, really good, and it's an honor to sit here and announce with you. And I mean that.
I can't hear you.
I can turn this up, but yes, the cars are pretty loud. And I'm trying to stay cool and calm. What's that? There was a guy that yelled at the driver's meeting. He says, "I'm here." And I said, "What?" He yelled it out. Everybody heard him. Well, now back to racing. Here we go. Looks like McKay out front was able to take advantage of Blaine Proctor's mishap with the chain. And Charlie McKay in the number 47 car. Charlie McKay's out. My apologies. I was looking over the overlay. That's going to be the Torres car, Leo Torres, the 307. Let's look out there. And I'm just going by our overlay. And so it's not. It is Kyler Mendoza then. All right. So I find myself once again not being able to trust the overlay.
Yeah, I think the timing makes it a little hard to call the exact positions, but we'll get that here in about a lap, so.
We'll get it. I should just look for the drone. I know Brian knows what car is in the lead. There it is. Car number 23 then, Kyler Mendoza out in the lead, and he just got the white flag. Just a few more turns for him to negotiate as he comes into turn 4. And now turn 5, and he's having the rest of the field will get the white flag. A little bit of excitement right here in front of the base command. We got a car over. And that would be the reason why the young lady here was. All right, and obviously they're okay. Oh, lost the suspension component. Must be the spindle. Looks like it took off. But here we go. White flag and the cautionary flag. But checkered flag flies for Kyler Mendoza. Great job, Kyler Mendoza. Having to go into turn 1, though. And that car will have to leave on the record. That car has lost a passenger front tire. Well, ending off the 2024 season is definitely not disappointing. Stick around, everybody. We'll talk with the leaders right after this. And let's check this out, by the way. We have another sheet here that shows us all the racers that we have. And I do believe this is the limited intermediate. And Brianna Walton with the most points, 388 out there in the 190. Kyler Mendoza now with 374. So with this win with Kyler Mendoza, let's see if that's wrapped up the series. Now this one, unfortunately, is too close to call, because with the win in this one, does that put Kyler Mendoza as the champ, or did Brianna Walton, or is that Brianna Walton out there? So
I believe that is Brianna Walton out there.
I
with
do
that.
believe it is. It sure is. Look at that. We can see it right there. That was Brianna Walton. So
I'm not quite sure how that affects the points, though.
right, because I do believe you get to throw away one race, right? Like I'm very certain we have that. You can throw away one race. So-
Possibly. She's been very consistent all
Yeah.
season, and I think that's definitely paid off. And you can see there just looking at the points and the way they kind of played out. So hopefully that little mishap didn't cost her too much.
Well, I tell you what, looking at the points being this close, and I had just said it too, and it's almost like I willed it in there. But 388 to 374, and Leo Torres right there with a 331. So I don't think he's in contention for the championship, but a good second place finish for him. But with that being that close, if Kyler Mendoza just picked up enough points, unfortunately, I think Brianna Walton's going to stay right there at 388 for the rest of the. And I do believe her championship bout just went up in smoke as well for her. So that's very unfortunate.
We'll have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see. Don't take it from me. I've made it a million times that I am not the official. Again, I'm just calling it like I see it. I have a bunch of numbers over here. You can see the numbers that I have in front of me. There's a lot of them, and we're just kind of interpreting. I'm heading down there. She's like, Mark, stop talking. Go down there and interview. I'm on my way.
Find out what they
Put that right there. What's that?
said you should find out where the championship points are.
Before I go. Well, all right. What a race out there. A lot of cars out there, a little bit of carnage, but Riley White, good to see you out here on this third place. A great day and a lot of cars out there. Tell us about the day of racing right there.
It was fun. A lot of competition.
Yeah, I really had to drive on this one.
Yeah.
And you couldn't let go and you couldn't make one mistake. All right, well, very good. It earned you the third place on this podium. That's got to feel pretty good. A great way to end the season.
Yeah.
With at least a trophy to take home. All right. Well, that's a great race, great announcing race and for me. And let's talk about the people that make your race program happen.
My mom, my dad, my papa, my Gigi, and all my family and friends.
All right, Riley White, everybody, third place. She did a great job out there. Lots of cars, lots of carnage, but Hudson Doyle, man, I haven't seen you all weekend. Good to see you. How was that race?
Good.
Did you enjoy that? Now, I'm sure it's not the way you wanted to see Blaine Proctor go out. You wanted to give competition, but you knew at that point you probably had this place and you had to really work for it.
Yeah.
All right, very good. What was it like? Did the emotions come out?
Yeah, I was screaming in my car.
Yeah, I bet you were. Man, that's exciting. And second place, as I just told Riley, that's a great way to end this season in this class.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the people that make your race program happen.
It's my mom, my dad, my sister, all my grandparents, and the rest of my family. H&H Jumpers, Phoenix Truck Driving School, the Body Process, Well, I already said Valley Beverage.
Got that already.
Ghost, Queen, my Queen, and I'm probably forgetting some.
Hey, but you did a great job there. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, there it is. Hudson Doyle, everybody, but Kyler Mendoza. Man, I got to apologize to you. There was so much going on out there. I didn't know where you were at. And I thought it was you up front there because you and Blaine were neck and neck. And then when Blaine checked out, I thought it was still you. So I got to apologize face to face. I called it wrong a couple times before I got back into the groove. Man, great way to end the series here. 2024 now in the history books. What do we look for in 2025 coming from Kyler Mendoza?
In 2025, I'm just gonna try to lock in and just lock in for the points.
Like being in that point chase now, it's too close for me to call. We were up there. I was trying to figure it out. Brianna Walton was the one that lost her wheel over there in turn 1. So where does that put you? Do you know where you stand for the points right now?
I was standing in second, I think.
So do we got enough to secure it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Think so? All right. Well, I hope so. And I'm not going to announce it yet, but I hope so. And if I find out, I'm going to announce it for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. Great day of racing. Great way it ended. Who do you want to say thank you to?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and yeah, my other grandparents for coming out and watching me, JG, Extreme MF, Hoosier Racing Tire, Legion Tattoo, Withero Construction for making this track.
Forgetting anybody?
I don't think so.
All right, well, I think he's got it. You guys make some noise. Kyler Mendoza, undecided right now. I'm not able to announce who the winner of the championship is. They were that close. Brianna Walton, unfortunately, having to leave on the record. She had the most points coming in here with a 288 or 388, I believe. But can it be Kyler Mendoza? We'll find out. Still another championship race right there to be decided. Stick around. More racing to come. Well, Mia Chapman, that's too close to call right there. Brianna Walton still with the, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Are you out here? Where are you? Have you just now gotten out here? No, second race. Oh, all right. I didn't know. And you're just now coming up to say hi to me. Thanks a lot. I thought we were friends. I am. Whew. You know, it's crazy. Walking up these bleachers, it doesn't matter if you're in shape, out of shape. It doesn't matter. You get to the top of them, you're winded. It doesn't matter. Round is a shape. I'm in shape, but I was looking at the pictures yesterday, and that's how I can tell how fat I am, is looking at the pictures from yesterday when I'm interviewing somebody, my belly's hanging out. Well, I feel like I'm in better shape, but my belly's still hanging out. What's going on with this?
I got one of them too.
Just for the record, I don't like getting old. I feel like I'm still 35 years old. My mind tells me I'm 25, but my body reminds me that I'm 65. I'm not really 65, I'm 55. But oh well. All right. Well, let's look at here. We got coming up next the 170 limited beginners, was scheduled for 8 laps. And I can see that I'm on the live track feed now, so you can see what I'm dealing with here with the points. See if I can get it. It's so fine, you can't even really see it. It zoomed in there for a second. But let's see if we can see who is our points leader coming here into the limited beginner. There it is. And this is a big class. We've had over 29 racers here for the season. Once again, let me see if I can show you since I got your attention. Yeah, it already was off there. But Cooper Hoganess is your points leader right now with 395, and Carter Hoganess, no surprise right there, with a 363. And Murphy McKay, the number 98 car, with a 332 in the points. So your top three drivers, McKay and the two Hoganess brothers, from the Dairyland out here in Maricopa. Got to talk with them all day yesterday. They were very excited to be up here with me, showing me their mullets, but it's good. I love their haircuts, and they're very proud of them. So, Joe, you did a great job out there in Maricopa. They told me the city that they lived in. But let's see if there's going to be a change. Mason Dolgarian and Zeppelin Ledbetter out there rounding off the top five with the points for this limited beginner class. Or is it going to be Cooper Hoganess if he has a great day? Carter Hoganess yesterday got a little overzealous on the brakes, he said, going on the tarmac, and that car spun right around. And I just don't think that Carter or Murphy McKay is going to have enough today to finish this race. I do believe Cooper Hoganess is going to be, or is already, the 2024 170 limited beginner class champion. But here we go. There you can see this very large field, and Mia Chapman and I will go down the list here to let you know who's all out there. These are the beginners, as the Jones Jeep Ford Ram Pace Truck comes out and will lead this field around the track one time. Here we go. Let's meet the drivers. On row one, Stetson Wyman, a great finish yesterday in the car, number 56. Cooper Hoganess, keeping the Hoganess family name out there. He will be in the car 2014. Mason Dolgarian right there on the start of row two on the inside. The outside, Carter Hoganess, after a bad day yesterday, over braking into the tarmac, 84.15. Murphy McKay out there in the 98 car on row three. And we had named Mason Atterbury will round off row three in the 696 car.
Row number 4, we have the 16 of Elliott Brook and the 302 of Carly Warapius. Row number 5, the 73 of Madden McCormick and the 102 of Wyatt Dolgarian. Row number 6, the 747 of Zeppelin Ledbetter and the 823 of Rayleigh Lucas. Row number 7, the 44 of Steele Hopkins and the 224 of Creighton O'Connor. And rounding out the field, the 77 of Austin Furness.
Yeah, I was able to talk with them. Furnace, that's not the right one I was thinking of, but I was able to talk to Fusen. Fusen, and people put an I in there all the time, Fusian, and that's French, Fuson, or I don't know how we said it earlier, and I said, man, I was going to do it, but I messed it up already. But all right, I do believe the championship chase is already wrapped up. I do believe Cooper Hoganess is the class champ already with 395. I don't think that Carter, his brother Carter Hoganess, can catch him with a 363, even if he wins today. Cooper, if he has no problems, just drives all the way to the checkered flag. I just don't think there's going to be enough points for any of this huge class of 29 drivers we had throughout the year. I don't think they're going to have anything for Cooper Hoganess, and I do believe we're already talking the championships wrapped up. And I don't even know if they know that. The kids is what I'm saying.
I think the kids just go out there and have fun.
They really do. I mean, sitting here watching them, I was thinking about the race schedule that you or I would have if we were out there in a points chase, and how disciplined we would be. But these kids, boy, they just come out here and race, and when they get done, they want to go ride bikes. Like, no big deal. Just tell me when you want me to race, Dad. And look at that, getting serious already. As they come around this time, they will take the green flag. As the Jones Ford Ram Jeep Pace Truck pulls off, we're going green. Cooper Hoganess, 214, right next to the 56 car of Stetson Wyman, enjoyed a great weekend of racing. Stetson will lead this field out of turn one. And there they are right there, both brothers, Cooper and Carter Hoganess. And they will all elect to take the inside line, disrupt the car on the inside, as Kelvin was stating. And once again, great drone footage Brian and Tyler, great job. And I always call our drone work second to none. I mean, it's as good as everyone. It is incredible. In fact, I'd like to put it higher. Yes, that's right. I'll say it. We might possibly have the best drone pilots in the industry. And that's a beautiful shot right there, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. As you look in the window of the car number 101 of Mason Dolgarian, and I bet if I pulled off what I'm talking about, flying in through the window of a car, and pitched it to Red Bull, I bet they'd do it.
I think it's been done so many times
No, it has
before.
not.
It's not a new
Have
thing.
you seen it?
Yes. We are in new times now, Mark.
Never seen it, so that doesn't surprise me. I've had good ideas before that I'm a year or two late. Now I gotta search it. I just want to see that. All right. Well, out front early in this race, Stetson Wyman, as I said, been enjoying a great weekend of racing. Been on my podium a few times this weekend. And I do believe he's going to wrap up a win here today as well, barring no problems. And unfortunately, Stetson Wyman, well off the hunt for the championship, but at least it's looking like Stetson Wyman will prepare for the 2025 season if he's going to race in this class as well. He did definitely have a good run with 244 points here for the total season. But unfortunately, Cooper Hogan is with a 395. I just don't see any way that Stetson, even with a victory today, could give a run for the championship points. It boils down to the brothers. And like I said, I do believe Cooper has already wrapped it up. So either way, back to racing. And the Hoganist brothers just happen to run their own race, watching Stetson Wyman extend his lead over the rest of the field. So while we are in this racing, let's talk about some of the sponsors out here for Core. R&R Steel, the season sponsor, designs, provides all the trophies for the 2024 season. They have been outstanding, the trophies, all year long. And they are the overall support here at Core, and that's why they get that big spot out there. But PCI Race Radios, along with Baja Racing Gear and Shannon out there. Today, by the way, this is pretty exciting, awarding $300 first place winners of all the 170 and the 250 classes. That is outstanding. This is the kids making that bonus. Now let me ask you this. If you were, let's say, a 9-year-old racer in the 170 class, and you won $300, would you go buy toys or candy with it, or would you give it back to your mom and dad and say, thank you, let's buy new shocks or something? What would you do there?
Probably go buy more animals.
See what I'm saying? So there you go. But one way or the other, Shannon, everybody over there at Baja Racing Gear, $300 to the first place winners of the 170 and 250 classes. And that's for today, so that's got to feel pretty good. And really cool out there. Cactus Splash Pools, West Valley Pool Cleaning Service. They've been on all year long, and we're very proud to have them. Performance Machine Industries. You guys can check out Performance Race Parts. Check them out online at performancemachine.com. That's, once again, is performancemachine.com. Check it out. Hoosier Tires. They came on for the entire 24 season. They come on through JG Racing. And we are very excited to have Hoosier Tires on board and HMD Designs. If you've seen all the printing that we have, all the banners, all the stickers, everything that we got, HMD Designs, the official wrap and sticker company of Core. And they've been awesome as well. We've been stickering it up pretty wildly out here at Firebird. So it's great to have HMD out here with their support. Well, here we go. Back to the racing. Nothing has changed, except Stetson Wyman is extending that lead. And the Hoganist brothers now, looks like Carter putting a little pressure on Cooper. So Carter trying to go to the inside, losing a little speed there. Getting a little overzealous on the steering. You can see that the wheels turned and the car scrubbed a little speed there, as I think the car was pushing in turn one. But now Carter Hoganess getting some pressure from the 101 car of Mason Bulgarian. And Carter Hoganess is our final spot on the podium, so he's going to have to protect that line and make sure to keep that car fat and happy and keep Mason Bulgarian from working into third place. One of the cars I'd love to mention out here right now is the 73 car out here of Madden McCormick, Brian McCormick's child, a young man, and it's great to see the McCormicks back out here racing. 12 West out there in Mesa, and that's the actual address of the place. And it is an incredible eatery and great beer out there. So if you guys have looking for a great restaurant, great date night, take them to 12 West. And I do believe there is now a third location. And I was talking with Brian McCormick about the basement down underneath 12 West. And last time I was there, it wasn't complete, but I would love to. Told him I really want to come check it out. So I have a feeling it's going to be a date night out at 12 West here in my future. So Kyler Mendoza should be coming into scene right there with just 2 laps to go. And Mia Chapman. What's that? Oh, what did I say? Kyler Mendoza? What did I say? I meant Stetson Wyman. Wow. Mia Chapman looked right over at me and said, "Hey, Mark, Kyler Mendoza is not in this race." Oh, wow.
Both very quick kids, but yeah, definitely
Yes.
the Stetson Wyman.
That was. So I had to apologize to Kyler Mendoza, and now I have to apologize to Stetson Wyman. Or should I just let it go and hope they don't notice it on the live track feed? Well, you noticed. You're right. Kyler Mendoza's not in this race. Oh. Well, that's the first mistake I've ever made in my life right there. All right, Stetson Wyman out front. I probably said it a few times earlier, too, that, hey, it happens. If there's an occupational hazard for a construction worker, that's my occupational hazard right there. Saying the wrong name. All right, Stetson Wyman, and you'll see the mover flag. The rest of the field will get the white flag. Stetson Wyman, last lap. We'll apologize for the last time that I said Kyler Mendoza. I do know the difference between the two drivers, but my mind was just thinking that way. But okay. Stetson Wyman, the number 56 car, and in second place. And I was talking about it. Cooper and Carter were dicing it up, but it looks like Carter Hoganess got into second place. Great aerial view there once again. Tyler in the larger of the two drones. Oh, Cooper Hogan is having a deal with the car 228. And I do believe the 228 car is lap traffic. I believe. But I don't even see that number. Oh, there it is, 823. Rayleigh Lucas. Well, there it is. Checkered flag flies for Stetson Wyman. And unofficially, your second place, the 8415 car of Carter Hoganess. And it looks like the 101 of Mason Bulgarian got around Cooper Hoganess. So it's making me wonder if Cooper's car is experiencing some problems or at least fading a little bit.
Possibly.
Not much you can do at that point. Sometimes it's kind of frustrating your equipment. just for whatever reason starts to fade. You're losing brakes. You're losing and these don't have belts necessarily. I don't think. I think they're chain driven right from the centrifugal clutch, I'm assuming. But maybe it does have a belt for CVT, and then final drive is a chain. I'm not sure. But boop. We'll find out. We'll get the story here in a second. All right. Stetson Wyman, your winner, car number 56. We'll talk with Stetson in a moment. Emotions flying high down here. Mia Chapman down here at the podium. What a great race that was. The brothers Cooper Hoganess and Carter Hoganess. Great battle out there. But Mason Dolgarian came in, and Mason said, I got something to say about this, and was able to secure the third place. Come on up here, Mason. Let's get you going while we wait for the rest of the field. Very excited over here. Stetson Wyman and the family, very excited taking the victory here for the final run. Well, man, the last race of the season, you had to work for this one. The brothers were there in second and third place. You were sitting there watching the battle unfold. What were you thinking?
It was good. I was just trying to get past Carter, but then Carter passed Cooper, so I tried to pass Cooper.
What do you think was going on there? It almost looked like Cooper was having some issues and started going backwards, and you were right there to make sure that pick up that third place.
Yeah.
All right, that still feels pretty good. Great way to end the 2024 season.